well. So let's take a look at some of these deck profiles. We'll go one by one. And the one that, of course, stuck out to me the most was the hero deck that won Las Vegas Regionals. And we are just gonna take a look at the deck profile here. I believe this is, I remember this player's name. I remember Nathaniel Christmas, I believe from a YCS feature match. I have no idea when that was. I think it may have been Snake Eye format. I think it was a while ago. Snake Eye format, maybe Ryzeal format, I don't know. But I remember he topped a YCS with heroes, I'm pretty sure. And had a pretty hype feature match that was pretty fun to watch, but I just can't remember what format it was. I just know it was a long time ago. So yeah, I can't wait to see what floodgates we're summoning in heroes in the year 2026. It's a 60 card build as well.
Hero mode activate. What's up, YouTube? It's Christmas Hero. I know it's been forever since I posted, but like I said, I've been on and off with Yugioh, so it's like I haven't really been going to events like that. The last event I went to was Los Angeles Regionals, and your boy actually scrubbed out, went X3, lost 3 in a row. I made some bad meta calls, but you know what happens? But a hero lives. We went to Las Vegas Regionals on a whim, literally on 2 days of
A hero live. We just can't let him get away with all that.
prep. I didn't even know the regionals was happening until like 2 days ago. And we win Las Vegas Regionals, the heroic champion, baby. Oh, I'm too excited, see? But yeah, we got the Blue Eyes deck box, we got the map. And yeah, I took heroes, and believe it or not, I took 60 card heroes. What? 60 card hero? No, it's good, guys. It's really good. Yeah, it was a smaller regional, 7 rounds, and
So 60 card decks in general, I think, are going to be more viable again. And I think the reason for that is quite simply that whenever one of the best decks in the format is weak to board breakers rather than hand traps, I feel like 60 card decks become more viable because it's more like realistic to just draw a bunch of engine and maybe board breakers off the top, Talon's Thrust type decks, right? Which isn't really the case in super heavy hand trap formats. Like if a deck requires you to hand trap it, then 60 card decks have a hard time because it's harder to get draw the specific hand traps. With Cool Tune being weaker to board breakers than to hand traps, I think 60 card decks are a little bit more viable in general.
I did end up going X1, but the thing was the undefeated ended up losing the last round, and I was the highest X1. So I ended up winning. So here we go. I'm gonna just jump straight into the deck profile because I don't want to go too long, and then I got my sister recording. But shout outs to the boys, Marvin and Albert, for coming. Shout out to my sister for coming, for them always supporting me. Shout out to Byron and Jono for always giving me that.
Except when Elf no double hand rips you. I mean, of course, this doesn't apply to every deck in the format. You're always, with Yu-Gi-Oh, there's at least in recent years, there's never been a format where there's only been one type of deck, you know, only combo decks or only mid-range decks or whatever. At the moment, you just see a more popular, the more popular decks are decks that you can board break. But yes, if you play a deck like this and you go second into, I mean, there's a Train FTK as well, right? That's running around. Or Elf Notes and stuff like that. If you run into those decks with these kind of, with these kind of decks, then you're gonna have some trouble if you go second.
Also, shout out, it's been a long time coming. My homie Adam Hawkmoth, I don't know if I said that right. He made this map for me as thanks for me giving him Vision Hero increase in Ferris a long time ago. And I told him next time I top, I'd do it. So here we go. Here's the map, Jaden Yuki with my Hero Lives card right here. And I used it all day for good vibes, good bit of energy on it. But I know you guys are here for the deck profile, so let's just jump. I do want to mention what I played. So ironically enough, I never went to game 3. I 2-0, every match ended in a 2-0. So every win was a 2-0, and the one time I lost against Cool Tune, I got 2-0'd. So I guess it was just a 2-0 regional, but this deck is very hyper fast, and you kind of know the way.
Okay, so he won the regional even though it was X1 at the end.
And basically that was my first time.
And lost to Cool Tune. Funny, I thought Cool Tune would be the better matchup for this deck, but I guess if Cool Tune goes first, I mean, you can always get hand trapped to death, I suppose, even if you go first with heroes. It's you know, some of your hands are just gonna lose to Ash Imperm or Ash Veiler or whatever. Even Ghost Ogre is good against heroes, right? Because they can hit if they still play the Vision Hero. I guess we need to find out.
Destroyed me, and then when I had to play Cool Tune later, I learned a little bit from it. But also other than that, someone came up to me, they're like, you want a lot of die rolls, huh? Actually, on round 4, I was 50-50 for die rolls, so 2 die roll wins, 2 die roll losses, and I actually ended up losing the next 3 die rolls. So I lost 5 out of 3 die rolls, guys. If that doesn't say something about the list and how well it did, I don't know what else to tell you. But yeah, heroes can go second, heroes can go first. So I'm gonna just jump right into the deck profile, guys. Of course, we got 3 hero lives. Yeah, you gotta look at the cards in the map. 3 hero lives. I don't think I need to explain this. We got the E-Call. This with ejector is pretty much, and yes, I'm playing ejector. This is a hero lives. So of course we got the hero package, the E-hero package. I don't think I need to explain it here.
I can't get over the fact that they're only playing my boy Stratos at 2. I'm not even saying it's wrong because I got no idea. I just can't get over that. It hurts me.
With the addition, sorry guys, I got to do this fast because the venue's closing. But with the addition of Miracle Ejector, I call this the Miracle Hero, the baby hero of hope.
This is Neospatian Circular, by the way, is what I've gathered. So it allows you to go even harder on combo, but you do have to play more bricks for it, which, I mean, heroes, bro, at this point, might as well.
She's definitely a big indicator of why I won. She's ridiculous. When she came out, I was just like, I have to play her. She's literally a mathematics circular. This card makes it to where heroes can play modern day Yu-Gi-Oh! Because before, I'll admit, it was more just Vion Turbo kind of, and you had to be crafty with it. But she plus other things give you so much push, which I'll show in the deck profile. It's just
can you search this card in this deck, or is it just like a really good hard draw, really good extender / starter?
You can literally play hero pile and just push through.
You can. Okay.
That's how I was going second 5 out of 7 times.
It is a hero. Oh, winning. Does it have the like this card is always treated as an elemental hero tag?
And not going to game 3, by the way. Don't forget.
Do heroes still die to nib? It depends who you ask. Everyone who's playing heroes will tell you no, but everyone who's playing against heroes will tell you yes. So, yeah.
Never went to game 3. So I was touring my opponents through die rolls.
But yeah, no one is playing the hero in this format.
Philosophies on Yu-Gi-Oh!
Not really.
And it's going to show in my deck profile.
At least not in the main deck.
Long story short, Trip Gaming was right. Hand traps keep you in the game. And as you guys know, if you've been following my channel, I've never been on hand traps like that. But you'll see something different in this video. We've got the Neospatian Aqua Dolphin. Guys, this is not a good enough reason to not run Ejector. Ejector is literally a hero lives. That's why you run the E-Call. If you open this with Mally or Shadow Mist, it's literally full combo. And you get to take a hand trap from their hand. So I shouldn't need to explain Ejector.
Bro, I mean, okay, if you're one of brick or Miracle Ejector is actually Aqua Dolphin, and that's all you need in order to make the card live, I feel like that's fine, because like that's one of the better bricks to have, right? Because it's not like Psyframe Driver where if you draw it, it's always going to be a horrible card, but it can actually be like you can just sometimes imagine randomly opening your one of Aqua Dolphin, but it rips Droll and Lockbird out of your opponent's hand. Like that's potentially completely insane, no?
They're just really good cards. They help me actually play the game and keep up with card decks like Cool Tune. I played 2 Cool Tune, I played a Tenpai, I played a Branded, I played a Mitsurugi Azamina, and then I played Pure Mitsurugi. So I played against good decks, good players. So I don't know what to say.
And a Tenpai player.
Ian Shuffle. I don't think I need to explain that. That card's good. We got 3.
You know, I would appreciate to get that explained because I don't know what that card does. I know they search it with the Miracle Ejector, I'm pretty sure. But I actually... Shuffle 1 elemental hero or Neospatian monster you control into the deck. If you do, special an elemental hero or Neospatian with a different name from your deck. Okay, so you summon Ejector, it searches this. You return Ejector to the deck and you summon out any elemental hero. So that's why it's a hero lives, basically, with multiple steps. Okay, I get it.
Fusion Destiny. It's in my destiny. I guess I was the heroic champion today. And then we have the D hero package. So before this regional, when I went to locals 2 days ago, I was actually playing Elemental Hero Liquid. And then I lost to Sky Striker, which was a board breaker deck. And then I realized since people will be on Super Poly because of Cool Tune, I need to make a change. So instead of Liquid,
I know what that means.
I ran Dark Angel.
No, not the Dark Angel, dude.
Helps you beat Super Poly and board breaker decks. Long story short, so I did main it. Dark Angel, and if I was playing the Cosmo Neo slot,
Alright,
I wouldn't play
floodgate
this, but
count
I wasn't,
one.
so I need a way to shut my opponent out of board breakers, and that's it. And then, of course, we played a 3 Mally,
Floodgate count
1
2.
Denier, and 1 Plasma. I don't think I need to. Plasma came up so much. My last round, my opponent made me go first when I had all my go second cards, so I literally made a board of Plasma, Sunrise, and Contrast with the Ash in hand against the Mintarugi Azamina, and it was game.
Ash in hand.
It was literally
Nice.
game over. So and he had Droplet, by the way. So he still cracked the Plasma, but I just had multiple layered interruptions / floodgates. So it's good. It's like, run the Plasma, guys. It's really good. So next we got the Vision Hero package. Increase, Vion. And yes, guys,
Okay,
I know I've been a proponent of 2 increase forever. But since I'm running Miracle
They
Ejector,
still play
we want to cut
the,
breaks, so we basically swapped the Aqua Dolphin
the
for the
increase,
increase.
yeah.
And now that you have the Masked Hero package, you don't need 2 increases. So there's been times where I've opened the increase in this regional, and I still just combo off. But however, the Vision Hero package is still good. We respect Vion, so we want to make sure we still play it. But yeah, I only play the 1 increase. That's all you need. And this is what's been pretty controversial in the hero group that I've seen as well. But these cards got way better when the Masked Hero. I didn't like it at first, but when the Masked Heroes dropped, they got way better value. So I played the Evil Hero package because basically, like, this lets you get to Poly now without having to access Vion because of the Masked Heroes. So it's like, as you guys can see, I literally made a hero pile, and I made it to where I have as many pushes as
To be fair, every single hero deck I've ever seen was exactly that. Just a hero pile. It's just 15 different... I don't know. How many different types of heroes are there? Elemental hero, Destiny hero, Masked hero, Vision hero, Evil hero, Contrast hero, Extra hero. I did say Evil hero, I think. 7 different hero types. I think almost every single list that I've seen plays all of them. Oh yeah, I didn't say Vision. Did I say Vision? I'm not sure. But it's like, it's all literally every single hero deck plays like all of them, which is, I think that's sad. I would love to see like a dedicated Destiny hero deck, but they for some reason just made them all go together, which, yeah.
I took Triss philosophy.
We're not going to get into that talk right now.
Where it's like, you want to put as many pushes in your deck as possible, and you want to play hand traps to basically make them end on half boards, which is what I was doing all day, so where your engine can crack. And as you guys can see, I have multiple engines. I can play through stuff. I lost 5 die rolls. So, but it's because my non-engine choices helped me get there. And then of course the Masked Hero package. I see merit for 2 Furnace, but I only play 1. Long story short, I just wanted to lower copies of cards I wanted to see. I wanted lower bricks, especially since I am playing the Aqua Dolphin and other stuff.
I wanted lower bricks is funny to me.
And the other packages like Dead End Prison.
I mean,
so
it makes sense. It's just funny to me when you're still playing like 15.
For a hero deck, so you guys are going to see that. And when you see my choices, you're going to be like, what? He's never been on these before. So Foolish Barrier, I don't think I need to explain. Favorite Contact, Miracle Fusion, Poly, Mass Change. And yeah, I actually, for once, since I was actually on hand traps, I was on hand traps and breakers, I actually did play the Crossout Designator, and this is hilarious. Because I have a lot of targets for Crossout Designator that just make it live. It makes it a real card in my deck now, so I did play it. Played the Call Fly, this card's good. I understand why people don't play it in the main, but it's really good in Hero. If I get to look at your hand after you hand trap me, it's basically the green light to combo. Like I've always said that. This card, guys,
yeah, it's
so
not
I'm
wrong.
playing 60, and I was playing 3 of these, but I felt like it was too redundant. I wanted at least 5 forbidding type cards because we know Dropless is an E-Hero card. So I wanted that to, since I'm playing 60, I wanted more copies of it. So
we all know Droplet is a hero card. Okay.
Crown is a crazy card, and every time I drew it, it was amazing. And yeah, guys, you can OTK with Crown. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't really have much time to go into it, but you can OTK even if you Crown.
I'm not gonna tell you how, but you can.
Their monster. So Hero makes really good use of this.
I don't have time to explain right now, but
it's a really good card. I legit just don't play 3 because of deck space, but next format I might bump it to 3. It's ridiculous against Cool Tune, anything really.
Trinity.
We played 2 nil.
Don't you need the hero? He didn't play that one, right? The what's it called? The Neos, the honest Neos, to make the Trinity like massive, or how else do you do it? With because Trinity is just like 2,500, right? No, it's 5k. Oh, it's 5k on summon? Oh, okay then, my bad.
Now, a lot of people are very controversial about this card. They say it's not good. It may not be good next format, but I actually liked it this format because even if they go Cool Tune and see it in your hand, it still forces them to where they don't do a super crazy board on their turn and they try to make it on your turn. But guess what, guys? I'm playing stuff like droplets. So if I'm comboing this and they see this, an advice someone gave me against Cool Tune, you want to be able to make your hands to where even if they see it, it doesn't matter. So if I open a combination of these and you half board me and try to make it on my turn, I'm cracking the board. And that, yeah, it's really good. It happens. And yeah, Nib is actually really...
Nib, essentially what Nib does, I think, is it skill checks your opponent in the Cool Tune matchup. Because realistically, if they know it's there, they shouldn't lose to it, even if you pair it with like a crown or something like that. It's not a bad hand, but still, it doesn't really stop your opponent from making the board. If they're smart about it, they can just make Zaylin, and then if you nib, they chain something and then negate it with Zaylin. They can definitely do things about it if they want to. But it is a pretty good skill check, you know. It's not the first time. I've seen it happen multiple times that people see a Nibiru with Cool Tune and then kind of fumble into it. So it's still not the end of the world. I think if Nibiru is good in other matchups next format, then I think it could still be a reasonable card to play. I still don't think the better people are gonna get with Cool Tune over time, the worse I think the card is gonna be against Cool Tune, because it shouldn't be that much of an issue for the deck most of the time.
Good in heroes because of the synergy with DPE and favor contact. So I really like Nib, and Nib actually helped me get my game against Despia because the Fallen combo is actually really susceptible to Nib. So we also played Joel. Joel's amazing, helped me against Mitsurugi. And also cross out target. I don't think I need to.
The Fallen combo is also not very weak into Nibiru. That is also not necessarily true depending on how good your branded opponent is. They're still gonna have a lot after Nibiru if they do it properly.
Explain that. We're playing 3 Ash Wholesome, don't think I need to explain that. And 3 Fuwalos. I actually really like Fuwalos into Cool Tune and other decks because even though they can do more stuff on your turn, that's the name of the game, right? I want them to do stuff on my turn instead of theirs, so I can try to board break and interact with their with whatever they're doing. Because on their turn, the only way I can interact is with hand traps. But I can't play the hand trap game and run 21 plus hand traps. So I gotta make it to where you're gonna pass your turn and give me a chance to respond to your stuff. So Fuwalos actually did, even though they were giving me 1 draw, it made it to where I can crack their board because they would just end on 1 synchro with the synchro thing face down. And I'm like, okay, now I can respond with stuff like droplet. So Fuwalos is good, I like Fuwalos. And actually Imperm's really good. If you Imperm, so how I've been playing, my friend Byron, he told me to use your non-engine to basically make half boards, and I realized Hero has a really strong engine, so where if I can make them end on certain pieces of their end board, I can actually crack it. And that's what I was doing against Cool Tune, that's what I was doing against like stuff like Branded. So I would just imperm stuff like Albaz or something, and they'd be stuck. Or against Mitsurugi, Ash things like their normal summon, they'd be stuck, and that ended up happening. Or imperming Diablo, that's really good. So
but that's exactly the opposite of what you just said, right? That's not imperming them to make them end on a half board. That's just imperming the first starter and hoping they don't play, right? If you imperm Albaz, you're just hoping they don't have like a level 4 tuner in hand. Or if you imperm the Mitsurugi normal summon.
That's 60. Yeah, I'm on hand traps, and like hand traps are just really good. They keep you in the game. And like my friend Jono said, he always been a advocate of running hand traps and breakers, and I see why. Because the hand traps literally slow them down and the breakers literally help you play. So, and that's what Hero needs. We need to slow down and help play. I did play the third.
Like, no, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think imperming an Albaz is reasonable to do. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just not. It's just the opposite of what they said they were trying to do with imperm. Because if you are, let's say against Cool Tune, right? If you're trying, there's 2 things you can do. You can try to imperm the first starter, hoping they don't have the extender, which would be like normal summon Q, activate effect, you imperm it. Or you could try to hold it for forcing them into a half board by like imperming Trackmaker, for example, or imperming Zaylin on your turn, or something like that, right? Those are 2 different approaches you can do. And they said they want people to end on half boards, but then you're not supposed to imperm like Albaz if you're forcing them, if you want to force them to end on a half board. If you're trying to, if you want to end, I guess against Granted, it's weird, but you could imperm the Ecclesia Synchro, for example, if you want to force in half board. I'm not sure if that's great, but...
Nib, I was impressed with this card. Maybe not so much next format, but I am going to play it. I only played 2 Ghost Spell because Ghost Spell's good, but I just wanted to make room for the Nib. Next format, I might push this to 3. And I can only find 2, so that's funny. Perulia is really good. I'm really impressed with this card. I cited this card a lot. I don't think I need to explain it. Duster and triple Lightning Storm. Remember, guys, I'm playing 12 breakers, and then I'll...
These cards are really good right now. Also, moving into like the next format post ban list, I think Lightning Storm and Duster are gonna be really, really strong cards. Not necessarily against Cool Tune, but against a lot of the other. Like, there's a lot of decks in the format right now that make strong end boards, but breakable end boards, and especially ones that are weak to a lot of back row removal. Like, for example, Branded as well. Branded is surprisingly weak to Lightning Storm, because it doesn't like auto win you the game, but getting rid of Fallen and the Virtuous, Branded Retribution, plus any hard draw, super poly, droplet, Called by the Grave, whatever, like, just, you know, getting rid of all of that is really, really good. What about Illusion Gate? Illusion Gate is fine. The problem with Illusion Gate is I think actually getting rid of the spell traps is better for breaking a board than getting rid of the monsters. And even against Cool Tune, if you have it in your side deck, you could side it in to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of your like, people are playing cards like Solemn Warning, people are playing cards like Solemn Strike, you still force cards like Solemn Judgment or Accusation, and you still, if they don't have a way to negate the Lightning Storm with their back row, they have to like use multiple pieces of interaction on it to, like, you know, use Zalen to stop it, or they have to make RS immediately, which is usually not ideal. So yeah.
So like 19 or 17 hand traps in total. So when I'm siding, I'm diversifying my non-engine, so where I'm drawing a combination of hand traps and breakers, and usually with the hero engine itself, hand traps and breakers, I can crack a lot of boards. So you got to give the heroes the tools to fight. So that's why I decided to play both. Mash changed. I don't think I need to explain that. Dark Law's king. Going first is crazy. Rivalry, you guys always know I've always liked this card. Don't need to explain it. Now I did play Evenly Match. I did side it in a few times, but I do think Evenly is losing a little bit of power, but I still wanted to respect Draco Tail because we still have Draco Tail in the format. Right. So I decided to still play the Evenly. And it's also good against Vanquish Soul. So I just...
Does linkage under Defissure or Resolve? Only if you send a spell trap. If you send a monster, then no. Linkage has to successfully send the card to the graveyard to summon.
Decided to play that. Now, as far as that side deck, as far as extra deck goes, pretty standard. I played the Shining Neo Swingman, Flame Wingman package with the Sunrise, Voltic Thunder. If you're a hero player, you know how crazy this card is. Like, I don't think I need... This card is not only a board break, but a combo piece. It's crazy. Wake Up. Believe it or not, guys, I made Wake Up a lot, and I know a lot of people aren't saying Wake Up is mandatory, but all I'm going to say is I made it a lot today, and it did matter. So, it's really good. But I guess it is preference, but shoot, it's
2 Dark Laws.
I like it.
Really?
But I did end up utilizing it a lot. Double Dark Law, because you actually have a combo under Joel. If you open 1 Mash Change, you can actually go double Dark Law. So, yeah, they Joel you, but you trade 2 Dark Laws. I think that's actually insane. DPE, that's my boy. I don't think I need to say it. Now, I only did play 1 Contrast, and sometimes I did miss the second. But at the end of the day, dude, the extra deck's kind of...
Yesterday I found out that this guy's an Omni Negate. I mean, it's not... Okay, Omni Negate is wrong. It's like Hot Red. It's like a targeted negate for anything, which is something I didn't know they had. And that made me unhappy yesterday.
Tight, so I don't really... Maybe I'll take out the Baguska. I'm still playing the Baguska, but people are still drawing.
Oh, dude, yes, more floodgates.
But yeah, I can see merit for 2. Trinity, he's ridiculous. I've always liked Trinity. We're playing the, already told you about Elemental Hero Baguska, don't need to tell you much there. And we're playing the 2 Cross Crusader Infernal Device and Wonder Driver, the Wonder himself. He's amazing. I don't think I need to explain any of this. But yeah, guys, that's my deck profile, the Heroic Champion. You know, I've always wanted to win a regional since I was a kid, and even though I did top the biggest national / tournament ever, this regional win means a lot to me because it's basically like grown up Nathan looking at little Nathan like, hey, you finally did it.
As much as I want to hate on it, I just can't because the vibes are too good. The vibes are too good. I just can't help but be happy about it. Even though it's heroes and they're summoning 5 different floodgates and everything, I just can't hate on it. I just can't hate on it. That's awesome. There's no way. I just can't. I just don't have it in me. There's sometimes I'll just allow it. I'll allow it. You can floodgate me. It's all right. I'll accept it. But yeah, it won the regional. I mean, I think the main thing is really like it is a format where a mix of hand traps and board breakers can work again, which is a good sign for a format typically. This is something that this wouldn't work if you play against like elf notes all day, because if you lose the dice roll to elf notes with a deck like this, it's basically Fuwa or Droll or Bust in 60 cards, which is not great. Because you're not breaking an elf note board with Forbidden Crown or even Forbidden Droplet, I don't think. So you're going to be in trouble. And I don't think the elf note combos are going to just fumble completely into like a Nibiru most of the time. So like a 60 card deck with only Fuwa and Droll as a way to beat something like even Droll isn't even that good against elf note a lot of the time. Fuwa is good, but yeah. It's cool. I mean, the biggest downside of this deck in terms of like just competitively speaking, is the amount of bricks, right? We got Elemental Hero Neos, Dark Angel, Denier, Plasma, a lot of cards that don't help you play in the beginning. Vision Hero Increase, Aqua Dolphin, and then there's even some other ones. Favorite Contact, like the Polymerization is not necessarily a good draw. Miracle Fusion is not necessarily a good draw. Don't know about the masked heroes. Some of them are probably also not great, but yeah. Malicious is risky to draw sometimes, doesn't always work out for you. Same thing with Shadow Mist, right? Also not automatically a play. There's a lot of things that can happen for your hands to be unplayable. But if this deck doesn't draw any of its bricks, which is a big if, but if it does not draw any of its bricks and it draws like a solid combination of like a couple of starters, maybe one hand trap, maybe 1 or 2 board breakers, like it is pretty good, even going second potentially. But it's rough when it does draw some of these bricks, which is gonna happen. It's bound to happen at some point. But it didn't happen to them much this tournament, I suppose, and that's cool to see.